ever without winning. I'm asking for the 6 players that beat him in those 6 U.S. Opens.
All right.
I have years if you feel like you need it, but I thought maybe you could do this without the years.
Can I just get in first, because I feel like Mike is going to have a way better chance of getting the people other than Payne Stewart.
Okay. Payne Stewart, 1999 at Pinehurst, was the first of his 6 runner-ups.
We had Ogilvy come up. That's 06 at, Winged Foot?
At Winged Foot. Very good. That was the 4th of his 6. Yes, Ogilvy, 06 at Winged Foot. Very good. 2 for 2.
Tiger, Beth Page, I don't know.
Correct. Beth Page, 2002. Excellent. 3 for 3.
Goosen at Shinnecock?
Yep, we mentioned that yesterday with the crazy green.
04?
2004
You were there?
Shinnecock. Yes. 2 left, and they're the most recent 2.
Yeah, they have to be. Michael
and
Campbell.
No, good guess. Campbell actually beat Woods in that one. Woods was second. I'll give you one clue. It's a repeat venue of one you've mentioned already, if that helps.
Cabrera?
Nope. Cabrera was Oakmont, 07. He beat Tiger. Tiger finished second there.
It's not a playoff, right? None of these are a playoff.
None of these are playoffs, no. I'll give you a clue.
Okay.
2009, and that's the repeat venue at Bethpage.
Ooh. I'm sorry, this has become very much a solo show for you here, because I just don't have these.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Lucas Glover.
That
was the tough one, I thought. And then 2013, the most recent one, that was at Marion.
John McEntee. I don't know. 2013 Bulldog. American or European? Or South
English.
African?
I'll give you English. That should give it away, maybe.
Rose.
Yeah.
Rose.
Yeah.
All right,
good.
Pretty good. 5 out of the 6.
He's going to make the cut, I think. Mickelson.
Yeah.
Looks like it.
He's doing okay at the moment.
You got a chance.
I mean, he was at, what, 4 or 3?
3 over?
3.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and the cut right now is he's clear of that by a couple of shots, so maybe even
it
3.
Is.
So.
Is it still at 5, the cut?
Let's see.
I haven't looked in a little while here.
5 makes it at
7.
this moment, yes.
Right now, 7 makes it.
Wow, okay.
7 makes it.
I'm watching
okay.
DeChambeau
Oh, yeah,
here,
projected cut 7. Top 70 in ties.
On the 14th hole, and he's at 6 over right now, so he's clear, although he's in a bunker behind the green, but nonetheless.
Brian, Sam Burns is on your team. That looks like a nice pick. -3, tied for the lead. Spawn just bogeyed with 3 holes left, also 3 under. It's not, how would you say it? How do you think about this? Is it Burns or bust? Henley is tied for 10th, 5 back. Scheffler is kind of bombed here this week, but he's probably still alive. How do you look at it?
Yeah, I mean, Burns right now, I mean, thank God I took him. I tried to pick 3 guys at least out of – have we had a winner in the double-up category yet? I don't think we have.
Never, no.
So I was, determined. I'm like, I'm going to get somebody there. And, Burns just happened to be one of the 3. I just picked him because he's number 1 in putting in, every category. So – and he putted amazing today.
You nailed that. Yeah, Brian.
Yeah.
I didn't have the Peacock coverage. I was watching a USGA stream that just had a couple of groups that I was watching in and out. But when the coverage began on Channel 2 and I got to it, one of the first things I saw was him standing over his putt on the last. And as it's rolling toward the hole, the commentator said he would gladly take a 5 here. Yeah, he's had such a good day and a bogey here. There's no shame in that, and he was like a 20-some footer, and he drained it. Just a little bender. He's nails. Well, you nailed that, the putting.
Yeah, he's been great. In terms of my other guys, Henley's 11th, and Schauffele, God, he was at even at some point, I think today, maybe +1, I don't know, but he's 14th, and then Scheffler's 26th, and then I feel like I'm kind of done after that.
I mean, Scheffler, he might be worth 5 cents. I mean, it's 7 off the lead. He shot 71 today, and I think
it looked terrible.
It felt like it was terrible.
Right.
They on the radio broadcast, he was on the course, and they went down to the course reporter. What do you think about how Scheffler's played? And the reporter was like, I think he's fine. It's just, he wasn't making anything, and he had 3 bogeys in a row, I think, at one point. But he shot 71. I mean, who wouldn't take that?
Right. I think 1 over. I think just watching him, there were a couple of times today that he looked so out of balance on his swing that it just because he's so normally perfectly fluent with even with his unorthodox feet that moves and all that sort of stuff. He's always in such control of his swing that it was surprising. And he also plays that really patented just like little fade from left to right with his drive that always seems to find exactly where he's aiming. And it wasn't today. I saw afterwards, too, a video of him on the range, kind of animated for him, for sure, with his coach. And I don't know if he was upset at his coach or if he was upset that something wasn't working. But for him to definitely not have anywhere near his best stuff today and still figure out a way to scrape to a 71, I guess I would say he's still maybe somebody that I would think about here. It's playing out kind of similarly to how we saw the PGA. We had kind of what we... I don't want to insult anybody here by saying lesser names, but we didn't have like top 10 players in the top 10 at the PGA. But then all of a sudden, going into Sunday, we had Scheffler and Rahm and DeChambeau and all these guys that all of a sudden were in the mix to win. So I'm not saying that it can't flip, and all of a sudden we'll see Schauffele and Scheffler all of a sudden and right there come Sunday anyway.
Scheffler
Still
had
a lot of golf left.
Sorry, Scheffler had another tournament. Maybe it was the Memorial. Did he win the Memorial?
A
couple of weeks ago, where he was just like a horse race, where the favorite in the horse race, the race is half over, and he's just sort of in the pack, and then he wins.
Right.
Like I think maybe 67 he could shoot around like that tomorrow, like almost no problem. And if he does that and is 1 over, what's the lead? Unless your guy or someone else just goes really low that's ahead of him, he's probably within 3 shots of the lead if he does that.
Yeah, the only player that I feel like at the top here that maybe has like the pedigree that we felt like you'd really group in the top 10 players or so is Hovland, but he also has never won a major. He's won a FedEx Cup championship. I've been picking him for years to maybe this is the year he wins one. Talent-wise, he definitely, I feel like is right there that he could win this. But Burns is putting, and even Spawn has been pretty good putting. I've been impressed with him over the course of these day and a half so far that he's been playing. But Koepka's lurking, kind of went back a little to again. Scheffler's 71, Koepka's 74. These feel like bad rounds when you're watching, but when you compare it to the 150 some players that are in the field, they're actually over. They're actually gaining ground.
They just showed the leaderboard as they went to commercial here as we're talking, Brian. I think there's 5 players under par right now.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, that's it. I mean, so it's funny. Like, this started, I think we touched on this yesterday. When I turned it on yesterday morning, early, like 8 o'clock hour, and there's like guys under par, Rory's -2, whatever. Like, well, this is the U.S. Open. What's happening here? And Spawn got off to a fast start with Rory yesterday and kind of, he kept going and Rory faded. But it's sort of corrected itself. Do you know, I haven't really noticed here, there aren't any trees and I'm not watching flag sticks. Is it windier? Like, is that something that's affecting play today? Or is it just, the course is really set up hard no matter what the wind is doing?
Yeah, I don't think the weather's that much of an issue. I know they thought thunderstorms are coming in, but I have not seen the flags like flapping around or them talking quite a bit about it, or even a lot of times as you're watching, you'll see the players, they pick up a few pieces of grass and toss it up just to see what the wind's doing. Like, I haven't really seen a lot of that, so it must not be too big of a factor today.
Well, you mentioned Scheffler being kind of off his mark, just out of balance, but so many awkward stances. The rough is so hard. You got to swing so hard just to even get the ball out of there and advance it 60 yards back into the fairway. There was a shot earlier this afternoon while we were on the air here, DeChambeau in that sort of setting, like sort of the knee-high fescue type stuff, and he took a swing and his trail leg came out like it was. It was something you very rarely see a pro golfer lose their footing like that. But he was just so out of whack, just trying to get. And he had a good shot out of that. I think up to the green, it might have rolled through, but it's just a really tough. There's just not a lot of even lies.
Yeah, I'm super impressed just with collectively all of these players that are able to know exactly how the ball is going to come out of the rough. I mean, how can you really, really know like how much it's going to spin? Some of these are buried so much. As you said, also too, your stance is going to be altered in some capacity. I know that they practice these shots, but I mean, just to really, really know, okay, if I swing at this velocity, it's going to, these guys are calculating everything. I need to carry this 70 yards so it hits in the front of the green, and I can't hit it 90 because it's going to, and the fact that they're swinging almost sometimes it looks like full capacity, and the ball comes out and then does exactly that. It'll go 55 yards and it rolls up, and I'm just super impressed with how they're able to recover from trouble when you see their shots errantly go into a spot and you're like, oh my God, how is he going to recover? And then somehow it's on the green and they've got back to being kind of in regulation where they need to be. It's really, really impressive what they're able to do to recover even when they do get themselves in trouble.
Pendleton Creek tomorrow morning?
Correct. 2 hours, 7 to 9.
190 off the tee over water on a par 3. Have fun.
It is
right off the jump.
A challenging start, yes. If you are the trunk slammer golfer where you show up and just, all right, I'm walking to the first tee, it's maybe the most uncomfortable shot you could have to start. I'd rather have a par 4 driver there, hitting a 190 shot to start over
I'm with
water.
you, 190 shot for me would be the 3 hybrid, and that's a club I need to get to the range and start working on, because when I reach into my bag to pull it out, I feel like, I haven't swung this in 3 weeks. So that would be a really tough one for me to start with. I would need to warm up.
That was always a 4-iron, which is a shot I liked when I was playing. I was a member there, but it wasn't always a comfortable first hole.
No, it's definitely not.
I heard some term about Oakmont. They were saying the first hole handshakes or something like that. It's not a handshake. That wasn't it. Some sort of term for an easy first hole. When I played at River Oaks, I think of River Oaks like that. 2 is one of the best and toughest holes anywhere. 1, just downhill, short. Welcome to your golf day.
Right, get off to a good start.
Yeah, and then you go to 2, and it's just sort of really narrow. But that's fine. All right, Brian, enjoy the weekend and the rest of the tournament.
Thank you, and happy Father's Day to you both.
No,
and
same
to you,
to you, my dude.